Recording. We are live for another episode of Reliance Real Estate Radio. We're on episode 38.
Hello, everybody.
How bad do you really want it is the topic for today.
Real bad.
Yeah, I figured I'd bring this up because, everybody rings in the new year, right? And they have New Year's resolutions. They're waking up early, hitting the gym, meditating, getting their miracle morning set up, eating healthy, right? And by the time February rolls around, I guarantee most of it's just a distant memory, right?
Back to your old self.
Yeah. So what habits are you creating? And do you actually want what you've put as your New Year's resolution?
Yeah. I think we talk about this a lot. It's about like the why you're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the really important part. Because you get excited when you want to lose weight because you can visualize how you'd look and what that might bring health-wise, compliment-wise, things like that. And this is just an example. And then when you're actually doing it out of your daily routine because it's new, you just want to go back to that comfort that you were just at.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why most people, tend to fail at their New Year's resolutions. So I think a good thing that we use, Joe, is continue to go back to like the why we're doing it to keep us motivated.
Yeah, I would agree. You brought up a few things and you said visualization. And I think that's huge. If you were to visualize yourself 20 pounds lighter and what that might feel like, you could close your eyes and do some of those thought processes to visualize where you're going to be when that ends up, or what you're going to look like, or what you're going to aspire to. I think that's huge. Also, like our team uses 66-day challenges. You've heard them a million times on here, but I'm on my sixth one in the same category, which is being healthy, meaning working out and eating healthy and drinking water and reading. I think it takes more than 66 days. I think the new average is like 240 some days or 220 days. But I think having it up in visual, or having like my team holds me accountable on my 135 and my 411. I think just adding a layer of accountability, whether it's online or a close friend or a teammate or somebody, right?
Yeah, I think you've hit it on the head with, accountability too. I mean, if it weren't for you, for example, you being my accountability partner, I probably wouldn't be where I am at today. So I really attest my success to having accountability. And there's always people out there that will hold you accountable. Absolutely. I think that's another way to help you get to where you want to be. And, how bad do you want it?
I think you could attest to this, but I'm a very motivated. I don't need much accountability, but I still would have to say, like, if it wasn't for you, the same. You know what I mean? Like, there is that level that you need, everybody needs, no matter how driven you are. And I'm driven. I mean, I wake you up at like 5:30 in the morning with text messages because I just can't wait to share something that I've designed or done. And it's like, and you're like, I don't hear from you till like 7:30 when you roll out of bed or whatever, whenever you get up, whatever that time is. And it's like, yeah, that's cool, man. Like, it could have waited, but it's cool,
Yeah.
But then on the other end of it, you're like, dude, you only did 2.5 hours of calling. Like, what the hell? It's like, oh, damn. All right, I'm on it. So
Yep.
there's that accountability level there. Like, yeah, things can get away from you no matter how driven you are, because there's so much that I'm doing that I forget one thing, and you're like, but that was the most important thing you needed to do today.
Right, exactly. And accountability is not supposed to make you feel bad.
Well,
it's supposed to be, it does. I know. And that's why people don't like it. At the same time, it's supposed to be almost like a friendly reminder. So don't take it as like, oh crap, like, man, I didn't do it. And you just kind of like sit there and like, oh, yeah, fret over it. Don't. the reason why it's there is to keep you in the forefront of, okay, I didn't do it today. I better make up for it somehow. I could make up time tomorrow. It's supposed to let other people recognize where you needed just a little help. That's it.
I think it
Not
helps
to
you
make
hold
you feel
yourself
bad. It's
accountable.
just to keep it forefront.
But I think it helps you hold yourself accountable because you don't want to let yourself down, let alone
Yeah.
the other person on the other end, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Absolutely.
I also think a great way, and we kind of did this year when we set our goals, but tying something tangible to the goal, kind of like keep your eye on the prize type thing.
Mm-hmm.
I know for Matthew, he wants to purchase a home. I know for you and I, we want to do investments, whether it be an
Yep.
investment property or stock, like, but we want to create that golden number, right? That makes us feel good, our investment number, our, what we're growing, our, you know, our savings to, that kind of stuff. So we've kind of set that number up, right, in our heads or on paper, on our own, and we want to make sure we make it to that level, right? And part of our goal is helping 100 families, and being accountable to that helps us then reach those goals of, you know investing, right?
Yeah. I think, man, what does the lid stand for again?
Don't remember. It's the financial. Yeah, I don't know.
Financial lid. I can't believe I can't remember what that stands for. Anyways, and maybe Joe and I will talk about it at some point, but it helps you recognize a certain number to help you, because we were talking about investments, to be able to be financially free. And the reason why I bring it up is now that number for me, whatever that is, I have it here, is my motivation, because one of my goals is to be financially free, not having to worry about if there was a, you know, well, not, I mean, there is a virus, but I mean, like a market crash or something, or we're light one month. I just know that I'm going to be okay because I've made some investments, but I need a certain number to get there. And now that's my motivation. And that could be something that we could talk about at some point, maybe to help get you guys out there motivated. And now you have something tangible, like Joel was saying.
Yeah, we could definitely do that. I think later on in the year, we're learning a little bit more about that and budget, right?
Yep. In the
The
budget
budget
model.
model mastermind. And I think it would be great to do like a good 45 minutes to an hour, just kind of discussing our takeaways, what
Maybe
we
we could
think,
bring in Scott at some point.
and how we apply it. Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think that'd be great.
Um, but I mean, getting back to topic at hand is, are you ready to put in the work to actually achieve your goal? That's a whole nother animal of like, okay, I set a goal. That's great, right? At the end of the day, it really just boils down to, do you have the motivation, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
You have what it takes to create that habit and do it every single day, or whatever that goal is. You're going to have to break it down to something that you can do every day, no matter what that goal is. It can be broken
Hmm.
down. What's the one thing? And then keep going smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller
Yep.
until you figure it out, right?
Absolutely.
um who is it? Zig Ziglar, right? I know a lot of people that listen to this might know him, and if not, he was pretty well known not too many years ago, in the real estate game, but also in like motivational speaking. And he always said, motivation doesn't last, well, neither does bathing. So that's why we recommend it daily. And I hope everybody showers daily, even though you're at home, during the pandemic. You still should shower for your loved ones, or anybody. Even your animals might not like you. Maybe they'll like you more. Who knows? But I really think the motivation does need to happen daily. So that's what, like, the miracle morning is, just like reliving those goals, having them in front of you, doing your self talk, like all of that stuff helps get you motivated, right?
Yep.
It's
Yep.
like waking up, and then for me, it's like waking up again after I do my miracle morning. And if I don't do it, and everybody's miracle morning's different, but if I don't do it, it's not like it's like I didn't wake up. Like on the weekends, I'm like, I still have to go in my office and do that, because otherwise I'd feel weird. You
Yeah.
know,
Absolutely.
that's just my
I
two.
mean, I think you're absolutely right. It's just to keep yourself motivated daily to hit that task where you see yourself, in the future, just because you're not going to see immediate results right away. And I think that's the hardest part for a lot of people, is not seeing that immediate results. And then that's how you give up.
Right.
So the hardest part is the starting of it and the very beginning of it. And then you'll start to see results. And then that's going to get you super pumped. Like
Right.
once you hit that hump of, you know, getting a habit started and pushing yourself to starting to finally see results, then that's where you get the snowball effect.
Right.
So
And
just push yourself. How bad do you want it?
I think breaking those down too, to those small, minute levels, like we break it, like you wanted to one, lose weight, get healthy, and build muscle, right? And you
Yep.
broke it down to like, I have to literally lose X amount of pounds per week. And I have to do like X amount of workout for this amount of time to be able to do that. And I have to eat healthy, meaning like this, that, and the other thing. And I do similar things. Like I have to work out for a certain amount of time. I also feed my brain. I have to do 10 pages or 10 minutes of a book. And I also add podcasts and videos and coaching and stuff. But the book is because it has to be a tangible thing that you're reading from. You know what I mean? So I pick books
Yep.
throughout the year. So like you have to get small. So for me to hit my reading goal, if I don't do 10 minutes a day or 10 pages a day, I'm not hitting my goal, right? So I
Right.
broke that down. If I'm not losing X amount of pounds per week, or at least staying at the same weight, if I'm weight training, like then I'm not hitting my goal, right? If I'm
Yep.
taking measurements on my arms and my waist and I'm not losing in the waist and gaining in the arms, then I'm not hitting. Like you can always break something down to the smallest level, right? So we have to
Yep.
be able to do that. And I think that helps you with your motivation because you're like, oh my God, it's a half an inch bigger. Oh, here we go. Or hey, I lost a quarter of an inch around the waist. This is awesome. My pants aren't
Yep.
fitting. There's always a tangible thing you can find out, right?
Absolutely. Totally agree.
And I think helping do that breaks it down, and then it's easier to hit those to get to the hump. You know what I mean? It's
Yep.
easier to get to the goal because you can measure it. It's measurable, it's scalable, and it's been done. You know,
Mm-hmm.
cool. So we just wanted to, I mean, we know we're only 7 days into the new year. We want to make sure that the goal you set is correct because you can change it at any time. I'm on day 53 of my 66-day challenge. I started it before the new year. I wasn't going to wait around for a certain day to start a goal, right? You can restart your goal if you think about it after this and go, this is not the goal I should be doing, right? I don't really want that. It was just something I threw out there and I figured I had
Mm-hmm.
to stick behind it, right? So pick
Yep.
one that you want to stay behind. And if you need anything from us, let us know. A 66-day challenge, an accountability partner, whatever we can do, right?
Absolutely. And if there's anything else you guys want to talk about or hear about, we'd be happy to, go off of what you folks want to hear.
Yeah, a lot of these are from people that we know or things that Jeff and I've literally had to do in our business. And we've looked back and go, we could totally teach somebody this, or we've done it and it worked for us. Here's some of the things and takeaways, right? Um, but also remember, if you found value, right? This is the only thing that we ask is you as a viewer is that you share however you found it, whether it's a podcast or the video. You just so you're aware, we're on everywhere when it comes to podcasting, iHeartRadio, iTunes, Stitcher, we're everywhere. And then also on YouTube, if you want to watch us and view us there, if you like looking at our faces and our awesome backgrounds. But other than that, I mean, share us, get us out there, and hopefully we can impact somebody else, right? Like, comment,
Absolutely.
review, anything you can do to help us out. All right, signing off.
Awesome. Very good. Bye, everybody.